Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? You guys doing good too? I'm doing good too. So welcome back on my video session today. So in today's session, right, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. And I mean a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. So today's topic is on SNK Neo Geo AES, Sega Megadrive, Super Nintendo, SNK Neo Geo CDZ. So what about these four systems? This was the era in the 1990s. It was really important because 1990s was really a huge impact. And with SNK, right, starting the whole gaming thing was with the arcade cabinets. And they were really popular at that time. Okay? Very popular indeed. It was so surprising, right, how popular it really was. It was really in high demand. Because if they had popularity, what was going around with the two games consoles they released? Both of the consoles have their own impacts. Okay. First off, we've got SNK Neo Geo AES. Home game console, which was released in 1990. That's the only thing I know. And it was priced at $649. That's what the price was. Look at the price of this system. It's too much. It's really expensive. Not only that, the actual cartridges, there were huge price tags. A minimum price was 300. 300. Because I could do about £300 here. About £300, man. And they will go anything up to like something like 1,000, 1,500, £2,000 for each cartridge. Now we need to look at this very clearly in a clear perspective here. If already the games console was really expensive, look how expensive the cartridges. The problem with these cartridges, it was a very expensive technology. They were using the same parts while we're using the arcade cabinets. In the cartridges. Yes, in the cartridges. How crazy is that? Right? To have something like that. I would say that's not a good idea because it's really expensive to do something like that. Very expensive indeed. Because if we look at it, the home games console, right, is really expensive. Really expensive indeed. I do say that it wasn't even a cheap idea, was it? And the whole problem with this whole process was And who could afford that kind of price? It's really, really expensive, I would say. It's not easy to buy them, is it really? Because if already the home console is really expensive, how can you actually even, you know, because in a way the home console was really expensive, and because of that, it's already making the console really expensive, isn't it? And a lot of people wouldn't buy it because if you can't afford it, if you can't afford the console, then how are you supposed to even, buy the thing? And on top of that, the the cartridges were really expensive. Your whole bank balance will be finished. And that's a really, really dangerous prospect, isn't it, really? And that's what made this system. It's all about the price tag of this machine, really, I'll be honest with you. There's nothing else. That's the whole thing about this system that made it into a failure. And what can you say about this in SNK? It's a really, really expensive console, expensive cartridges. I mean, it doesn't just make any sense to buy this thing. The game I'm playing is like a Neo Geo CD game, by the way. And it's really, really. So that it was all just about the prices in this system. I think it's in a way it was just a complete failure. People couldn't afford this tempting machine. That's what it was. You know what I mean? So I mean, there's not much to say about this machine really. If anybody can't even afford it, then how are you supposed to even, how would, how is it supposed to sell on the market if there's like price tags like that on it? So it's really, really crazy, I would say. It's really unfortunate that you can't really afford it, can you? Yeah, just hold on. We're gonna get into that. Now the next system is is Sega Megadrive. The lineup as it's going. I'm going in like in alphabetic order, okay? The Sega Megadrive was a great success system. Released after this system, okay? Sega Megadrive was. Now the problem is SNK got it all wrong with the price tags. They games console and the cartridges were really expensive, and because of these prices it became a failure, which was unfortunate because if they got the prices right, I think the system could have been really massive. Unfortunately, they didn't. So now the next one, as we're talking about, is in the 16-bit era, and Sega always have, you know, a huge track classic games before with Sega Game Gear and Sega Master System. They were successful. Sega Master System was successful, while Game Gear wasn't, because we're not really talking about Game Gears or Master Systems. But still, in a way, the Master System was successful. And from that beyond, the success from Sega Master System carried on, right, to, you know, to Sega Megadrive. 1 or 2, whatever you want to call it. They're both the same system, but they just got they're different models with just different designs. The hardware is just the same, really, just a bit of features were a bit different, just a headphone socket, and you had a volume control on Sega Megadrive 1, and Sega Megadrive 2 didn't have that. And apart from that, the rest of it is just the same. Obviously, Sega is also producing arcade camera games as well. But they weren't popular as SNK, because SNK didn't know what they were doing with SNK Neo Geo AS. Now the Mega Drive was a competitive price, yeah, and the cartridges were good priced as well. I mean, I think when the system came out, it was something like, I think, £135 or £140, something like that. Then eventually dropped down to £120, which is pretty good price, I would say. And then that cartridge is like prices between like $39.99. Then first time ever a Sonic game, right? That was Sonic 3, was the expensive Sonic game ever made. That was Sonic 3, $49.99. And then after that, there is Sonic and Knuckles, which, you could put cartridge on top of it, and you can add games on there. You had a lock-on feature on it at top of the cartridge. That was $49.99. I can't see why wouldn't it? Because you can, like with Sonic and Knuckles, right? Cartridge. If you put Sonic 1 on top of the cartridge, because there was a slot at there was a cartridge, there was a slot at the top where there was like a thing that goes at the back and goes slot at the top. With Sonic 1, it was a special stage. With Sonic 2, you can have another character they call Knuckles. And with Sonic 3 Knuckles, the game went really large. You have Sonic 3 and Sonic 3 Knuckles combined, and a lot of different things happening in the gameplays. Different music, a lot of different things, different hazards, all that kind of things. The game went really large. Because of its competitive price, and also a lot of games were kept on producing really fast. Sega Mega Drive became a huge success really quickly. Good advertisement, trailers, good price on the console and the cartridges. And every day or every week, it kept on producing cartridges. It kept on releasing games. That kept on happening and happening. Then it became very successful. And then it got something like 35 million sales, which was pretty good. For back in the time, it was 35 million sales, and it became very, popular indeed. Sega Megadrive 2 became hugely popular over SNK Neo Geo AS, where the SNK Neo Geo AS flopped and the Sega Megadrive 2 became successful. Okay. Next lineup system was Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo. Now the Super Nintendo was like a white and grey kind of color machine, wasn't it? It looked kind of cool. The design was really nice. Looked funky. Looked classic. It had a thing called 3D FX. What is a 3D FX? I think I mentioned that quite a few times. A 3D FX was amazing 3D effects. You know when things like when you're shooting, explosions, blasts, all that kind of things. Yeah, incredible special effects that even SNK Neo Geo AS and Sega Megadrive could never do. Wow. Super Nintendo was better. Was a lot better. While SNK Neo Geo AS had pretty good graphics because it was a 32-bit system, but without special effects. But Super Nintendo had still pretty good graphics and it had 3D effects. Super Nintendo is renowned for its big classics. Games like Star Wing that use the 3D effects in there. Stunt Race FX, that's another 3D FX game. And there were other games like Pilot Wings, Super Mario Kart, Power Instinct, Art of Fighting, Fear of Fury, Street Fighter Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2 New Challenges, Hagen. I think Hagen, Cybernator, Super Pro Protector, R-Type, the list goes on. I think so far the consoles I just mentioned to you, because we are the third console, it had the best games. By far. Better than anything you can imagine. The best games ever. With SNK Neo Geo AS, it's just full of shooters and fighting games. And Sega Mega Drive had quite a lot of mixture of games. But Sega games weren't good as Nintendo ones. Okay? Super Nintendo was a really impressive system. Okay? I know Sega Mega Drive had games like Art of Fighting as well. Eternal Champions was an exclusive game for it. Super Street had new challenges. I think the best game on Sega Mega Drive, in my opinion, will be Shinobi 3 Return of the Ninja Master. And the best game on Super Nintendo will be Hagen. Definitely. But Super Nintendo had far better games. Because you had classics like Star Wing, Super Mario Kart, Pilot Wings, Super Street Fighter New Challenges, Power Instinct, Hagen, Cybernator, Super Pro Protector, as I said before, R-Type 3, Super R-Type. Wow, look at this game. They're not even available on Sega Mega Drive. These games are a lot better. So yeah, Super Nintendo has my vote, has been so far the best games console. Now, if we go further along the list, okay, it's pretty neat though, isn't it? Now, in our next lineup of systems, right, will be SNK Neo Geo CDZ. This is a this is a on the screen. What you can see is a SNK Neo Geo CD game. We're going to talk about Neo Geo CD and Neo Geo CDZ, both the systems in this. Okay. The game on the screen is a SNK Neo Geo CD game called Sengoku. This game is really impressive. Okay. Obviously, SNK is renowned for arcade classics. If you're a huge fan of SNK's arcade legendary games, then maybe SNK Neo Geo CD can be one of the best systems to date. And this is the fourth games console we talk about. If we are into arcade camera games, the SNK Neo Geo ES and Neo Geo CD, they were exactly the same hardware from the arcade cabinets, Basically, you're getting the same arcade camera in your home. It was that important with SNK bringing this games console to the home. Okay. Now, right. So, SNK Neo Geo CD, right, was released in Japan, 9th September 1994. Our price 49,800 yen. EU 3rd December 1994, £399. And North America 15 January 1996, $399. Okay. Now the problem, a lot of criticism on the SNK Neo Geo CD was that slow loading times, slow CD loading times. Okay. It took around 30 to 60 seconds to load up in some games. Then once SNK found what the customers were looking at, they didn't like the loading time. They were pretty disappointed. Then SNK produced another system called Neo Geo CDZ. Yeah. This was a 2x speed CD-ROM drive. So it was a double speed of the original system called SNK Neo Geo CD. And right. And it was released later in North America. Okay. It was delayed. Yeah, it was delayed, big time. Because this system's supposed to be released in 1995. But instead, right, it was launched yeah. It's supposed to be released in 1995, as I was saying. As I was just watching the game on the screen. Looks cool. But it was released in January 1996. Okay. And now the other situation was, if this was going to release in North America, right, in January 1996, then in Japan, right, they wanted to sell the 1x speed CD-ROM drive system called the SNK Neo Geo CD till it was completely sold out. And then they will release the 2x speed CD-ROM drive system SNK Neo Geo CDZ. Alright. Now if we go further into this situation, the SNK Neo Geo CDZ, right, had faster loading times and lack region lock. It couldn't play all region games, I'm afraid. That's the big disadvantage about this system was. So who was this system for then? Because I don't think everybody would buy this system because of that. Because people didn't like the region link. He played previous games, right? Which were popular. Was popular, right? In the EU and NA. Okay. I'm sorry. It was only made for import. See? Now the only people that would be interested for this who wanted to like import it. And then in the EU and NA, North America, they used to buy it. And the specifications, right, of SNK Neo Geo CD and Neo Geo CDZ, they're both all the same. Yeah. The only difference was that between the two consoles, also the SNK Neo Geo CDZ had a 2x speed CD-ROM drive. As I was saying that, the SNK Neo Geo CDZ had only faster loading times and region lock was placed in there. It lacked region lock, as I said. And the only people who would buy this system was usually from people from North America. And you couldn't play games from other regions and stuff like that. Which is quite disappointing. Because most majority games that you will buy on this will be from the US. And that was quite disappointing. And I don't think he played any PAL and Japanese games. That was a very big disadvantage of this console. I don't know what SNK is playing about. This wouldn't be the right system. But do you think even if this system, okay, had faster loading times, it lacked region lock? No, let's put it this way. Okay, faster loading times is good. Region lock, that if you played all regions, imagine that. Will that be enough? Because it was the same specifications. Come on, they've been releasing a lot of these systems, you know. Let's clear this properly. The first of all, they released SNK Neo Geo AOS, which was just too expensive. Then they released a machine called SNK Neo Geo CD, which was front loading, just single speed, by the way. Then they released another machine called SNK Neo Geo CD top loading, single speed again. Then they released another one, which is SNK Neo Geo CDZ. Now the SNK Neo Geo CDZ, it just got faster loading times and lacked region lock. Put it this way, if you can play all region games, that would have been a good advantage. But would that be enough? That's the whole point I'm trying to make here. It would have been better if SNK Neo Geo CDZ had something new than the previous SNK Neo Geo AS and Neo Geo CD games console. Do you know what that shouldn't be? It should have had 3D graphics. Yeah. So we could have got cutting edge games by SNK and their developers. Did he do that? No. Because you can't keep on releasing the system over and over again with 2D hardware. There was not even a 3D hardware in there. I don't think the SNK Neo Geo CD would have sold anyway because, okay, let's put it straight. The SNK Neo Geo CD, right, had a good price. The games on the CDs were a good price, like $39 and $49.99. Then it was a 2XP CD Rom drive in there. Okay. It should have played all region games, and it should have had a 3D hardware in there for cutting edge games. If they did that, the system would have been a vibe, and I think it would have sold. But some companies don't understand anything. Oh, they just gave us just a 2x speed CD-ROM, and then it didn't even play all region games. What kind of console is this? I'm seriously, I don't want to be funny. I don't think, if I already owned the SNK Neo Geo CD, okay, if you got front loading, you wouldn't buy the SNK Neo Geo CD, which is top loaded. You wouldn't buy that one. Then they release the SNK Neo Geo CDZ. What's the point of that? It's only just got a 2x speed CD-ROM, double speed CD-ROM, and then you can't play all region games. I wouldn't buy that one either. I think the best model, in my opinion, even it's only a 1x speed CD-ROM drive. I think front loading looks kind of cool anyway. I like front loading systems more than anything else. They look they're modern, aren't they? Because today standard is like, if you look at Panasonic Blu-ray players, they're front loading, and the Panasonic Q games console that Panasonic released, that's front loading as well. But that games console is really, really cool. But I would recommend the SNK Neo Geo CD front loading machine. I think that's the best model. Well, of course, they're all failures, aren't they? None of them are successful anyway. Well, the SNK Neo Geo CDZ wasn't done right. Again, that was again not very good. What they were doing with it. So, if anybody was interested to play arcade legendary games, I would go for the SNK Neo Geo CD front loading system. Because front loading looks modern for today's world. But if you want double speed and you want that lack of region lock, then go for the SNK Neo Geo CDZ. The choice is yours. So that's all I wanted to say. End of the day, Sega Megadrive, Super Nintendo was successful. SNK Neo Geo AS, SNK Neo Geo CD front loading, SNK Neo Geo CD top loading, SNK Neo Geo CDZ were unsuccessful. All the mistakes they were making it. So what a shame. Now, Sega Mega Drive achieved 35 million sales, where the Super Nintendo is the champion. You probably don't know that. Some people thought the Sega Mega Drive sold more than Super Nintendo. No, it didn't. There's no way with Super Nintendo graphics, clear sound, and 3D effects, it would let the Sega Mega Drive beat it. Super Nintendo achieved more than 50 million sales. So out of these four consoles, Super Nintendo was the most successful games console. Check it out. Check that out. So I hope everything's been clear to you. What was going between these four games consoles? Now let's look at it in another perspective view. Now we know successful and unsuccessful stories about these games consoles. I think one of the coolest SNK games console has to be the SNK Neo Geo CD front loading. It looks one of the coolest, in my opinion. It looks absolutely amazing. If you're into arcade legendary games, then you'll probably buy something like SNK Neo Geo CD. But I gotta point something out to you. Even if you buy any of these three SNK Neo Geo CD games consoles, you get less games. Because there wasn't enough memory to make new games on it. The SNK Neo Geo AES has more games. I'm not going to talk too much about it. If you look at SNK Neo Geo AES, it had more games. Here we go. Hateman, Spin Master, King of Fighters 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. Check that out. Look how King of Fighters game came over the Neo Geo CD. Okay, check it out. Sengoku 3, Metal Slug 3, 4, 5. Check that out. So now you know how this system was even better. But the problem is that games are very expensive. If you can afford them, then by means go for them. Because some of these games are really rare and they're going to cost big money, you know. They are proper amazing looking games. You cannot beat SNK arcade legendary games. Nobody can. Because SNK Neo Geo AES will be a far better console than SNK Neo Geo CD systems. It's got more games. Now for Sega Mega Drive, Sega Mega Drive has classic games by Sega. Games like what? Vector Man 1, 2, um, Comic Zone, Super Thunder Blade, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic 3D, Virtua Fighter 2, Outrun, Super Hang-On, and so on. If you want these kind of Sega classics and arcade games, then you could go for a Sega Megadrive. And Super Nintendo has probably one of the most amazing games you probably play on a games console, which had games like using great graphics with 3D effects and clear sounds. Megadrive sounds weren't that clear anyway. Yeah. Starwing, Stunt Race FX, Street Racer, Top Gear 3000. Check this game's out, man. Super R-Type, R-Type 3, Pile of Wings, Super Mario Kart, Hagen, Super Pro Protector, Mega Man series, Ninja Gaiden trilogy. Absolutely amazing. Check it out. So there you have it. These are all your classic systems for your cold fear. So if you're into stuff like that, go for them. I hope this information has been quite informative on the 4 games consoles, and you liked my information today. Please do give, as I always say, now everything has been told, give your likes, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.